Good morning, good afternoon, and good day wherever you may be. I've tried this video like 4 or 5 times before this one, right? And I'm hoping that I won't cut it again because whether or not it's imperfect, this is what I want to present. I don't want a cookie cutter video. I want you to know who I am. I want this to be a personal, intimate space for us. I want you to feel comfortable coming to me with your questions and concerns, whether it be about your goals and aspirations in entrepreneurship or navigating with your current small business. My goal is to be a resource and a source of support for small businesses nationally. But right now, I'm focusing on the state of Delaware, not only because that's where I'm located, but because Delaware is the corporate hub of the nation, if not the world. I've been in Delaware since 1999, I want to say, and I graduated from the University of Delaware. I attended Widener University for my paralegal certificate in 2008. I had graduated from University in Delaware in 2004, and I recently graduated from Delaware Law School in 2023. Now, I love the work that I do. And in my paralegal journey, I was brought to law school. But this video is not about my legal career. This is about my business. And this is about the services that I am providing. And this is also about the climate that we're currently in the state of the world. Okay? I can go into the numbers about unemployment, but it's so daunting that I'd rather not. I'm pretty sure we're all pretty aware of the state of the world as it stands, right? It's prime opportunity for us to take up our independence and to offer our own services and products and monetize our talents and our hobbies so that we can stand on our own 2 feet, right? We need to go back to building our communities by dealing with our neighbors, okay? And I'm trying to position myself as a good neighbor, okay, right here. Okay, I specialize in Delaware LLC formations, not only because I'm located here, it's because I do it effortlessly and I love to do it. I believe in small businesses. 99% of the businesses that run this country are small businesses. I'm originally from New York. I'm accustomed to mom and pop shops. When I moved to Delaware, my mother and I still consistently support small businesses. I'm a loyal customer, okay? So I struggled for a moment after law school and some other challenges that I had, trying to decide what path to take and what God would have for me to do. Because it's important to me that I work in my purpose, okay? It's important to me that my services are helping my community in any way. In anything that I'm doing, I want to be a contributor to my community, right? So I have formed LLCs, not only for myself, but for attorneys, for clients, for companies in other capacities. I've pulled legal documents from the Delaware Division of Corporations, which is who I would work with closely when working as a liaison on your behalf while filing your legal documents, whether it be a formation, a cancellation, an amendment, or a change. My goal is in the future to provide registered agent services in addition to the other services, the suite of services that I'm offering at this time. Ultimately, I want to be your home in Delaware if you're not already home in Delaware. As a registered agent, people in other states can form businesses in Delaware and make their business home Delaware, even if they are living in another state. Now, for tax reasons, that might not be the smartest or wisest decision to make. But again, I want to provide and help you navigate through that to see if maybe it could be a better decision for you. I don't know if I stated this already, but over 60% of the Fortune 500 companies in the world are incorporated through Delaware, okay? And every year, over 70% of the new entities that form in Delaware are LLCs. okay? LLCs have minimal tax liability. LLCs provide you more flexibility, right? So, but also, because of the state of the world, what I really want to stress is even if you're not ready to form an LLC, you need to get ready to be an entrepreneur on any level or capacity. The first step to entrepreneurship is a sole proprietor. Now, I'm willing to I want to do a video about that because I think it's important that that first step is established for you, because you don't have to jump right into an LLC. Okay, get ready as a sole proprietor before you jump into an LLC. But see, that's the difference between me, a professional who cares, and a third-party filer who is only into it for the capital gain. Yes, just like you, I need money, but I also need to work in purpose. And that has been something I've been struggling to get to in this world. You know, I come into the job as a hard worker, a high performer with integrity, okay, who puts the client first. And I intend to push that forward in my business. I care about the people that I serve, and I care about the people I work with. And I look forward to expanding and getting bigger and having that space, because not only do I want to provide services to human beings, I want to provide good jobs to human beings. And God knows we need that, don't we? I've worked in the labor market since the 90s. I've worked in boutique firms. I've worked in top 100 international firms. And I've also worked in the public sector in the DOJ. In my state, I worked in the fraud division, the consumer protection unit. My resume highlights my interest in serving the community. You know, if it wasn't commercial real estate land development, which allowed me to work as an organizer with the community, where I organized community groups to help developers get in touch with the community that they were building in and to serve their needs too, and negotiate so that they can have a harmonious relationship when they came into other people's communities. If it wasn't that, then I was at the DOJ volunteering with the community service sector for back to school things. And I just really, for me, it's important. Like, and it might be corny, but it's real. And this is what happens on every job. I don't know. You have the interview process and you go through this whole thing, right? But then when you show up to the job and you display everything you discussed in the interview, it becomes a bit threatening to supervisors who are not equally yoked to your skill set, right? And I have an array of skill sets, okay? And I love every aspect of what it is that I do. I can do smaller tasks, but I can do higher level complex tasks. But I love it all because it's all relevant and it's all important and it's all impactful. And that's how I feel about people too. I don't work in hierarchies. I don't believe in that. I believe in people, and I believe in you. Now, personally, I've seen several issues come up in the world of formations that I want to discuss, just to highlight the mistakes that you want to avoid when filing a formation, because formations in Delaware present as very streamlined, straightforward, simple procedures, which, with proper understanding of the underlying issues and implications of these things, it very much is. But let's be clear, when filing an LLC, you are making a formal and very important commitment, a very real commitment to the state of Delaware, okay, and to yourself. Okay, and the commitment that you're making is that you're going to remain compliant and in good standing and conduct good business here, right? Which is a reasonable expectation. Okay, and I want to help you do that, because when managing a business, you have so many things that you actually need to concern yourself with in order to generate money, right? And the back office stuff, the filing and the administrative things, a lot of times can fall through the cracks when handed off to the inappropriate individual, okay? I want to step in that gap. I have worked for some of these third-party companies. I've worked at corporation service company. I've seen the backlog of lost mail, return to sender, a room full of mail that has never reached the business owner, which all automatically can implicate a form of non-compliance because the owner may very well not be aware. Okay, although you should be somewhat aware because there are requirements for compliance that are annual. Okay, they're cyclical. So they're going to come back around every single year. My intention to help you with that are to create some calendaring tools or reminder tools and to also tap in with you because everyone doesn't receive information the same, doesn't store it the same, and I'm very, very good on customizing those things for you to ensure that you are aware, that you're abreast of what's going on, that you can stay in front of what's going on with you, but at the same time, as if I'm not even there. Like, do you know that that's the key for busy business folks? I'm not trying the way that I work so well and intensely and accurately and efficiently. I want you to trust when you work with me that you can rest assured that it's being done properly. You can rest assured that it will be consistently attended to with a high quality, okay? And additionally, I want to stress in this day and age of AI, it's so important. It's so important that we combat this digital age of AI by creating positions for human beings, by prioritizing human beings, not only as the client, but also as a coworker, okay? As a neighbor, okay? As a consumer, as a friend, okay? We need to prioritize human beings, okay? We need to remember we're not only serving people to generate money, we're serving people with purpose and care. Well, at least I am. So this is just like an introduction to me, my character, who I am on a level. I stand on principles, ethics, and my integrity. I love people. Okay, I love working with people and working for folks, serving them well and giving them the service that they deserve. You understand? It sounds corny, but this is my mantra. One of my favorite mantras on the job is teamwork makes the dream work. So let's work it out. Okay, I added that last part just now. It's just teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, and all I'm saying now is let's work it out now. Let's work together. And that's the whole thing. I want my clients to feel like we're a team. You're not just paying me. We're working together. We're serving each other in a multitude of ways. And because I actually have a well of knowledge and skills to lend to the topic and just to this area completely, which I will get into more in depth moving forward on this channel this is my official launch today. I intend to be here weekly, every day during the week. I don't think weekends, but primarily Monday through Friday. Yeah. So I intend to be here. And I kind of lost my train of thought. Hold on. Oh, yes. What I wanted to add is I specialize in LLC formations and regulatory compliance in the state of Delaware, but I do have other services and other skills to lend and offer to entrepreneurs, small business owners, small business consultants, and anyone who works with small business owners, maybe in the legal industry, that might need assistance either with filings or just navigating regulatory compliance or just navigating any aspect of small business, especially during this time, right? For instance, I am an expert of administrative tasks, like softwares and databases and Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, filing, those things. Also, I also have digital capabilities to make flyers and other digital type of products if you may have the need or just need some help navigating that, bounce ideas, a sounding board of sorts. I want to connect and determine all the ways that I can be of assistance because I'm a solution finder. It's hard for me. It took me time to really pin down what to offer because I have so much to offer. But similar to this conversation I had with my father this morning about all the food in the fridge, it's like when there's too many things, you don't see nothing at all. It's like the food full of the fridge is full of food. And he act like nothing is there. And it's like, you got so many options, you're so blessed. And it's like, you have too many things to pick from. It's like you can't choose, right? So I had to trim it down, and it only made sense, right? And I'm very, very happy about it because I am very experienced in the area of legal filings with the Delaware Division of Corporations. Okay, I'm solid in that, right? So I'm secure enough in that, but I'm solid in a well of things. It's even more complex. And I want to be able to offer everything that I possibly can to those coming up and those who are now finding their way and trying to navigate during these challenging times. Digital marketing is going to be paramount right now. Even if you're digitally marketing in your local community, it doesn't have to necessarily, you can still focus on your surrounding area in a digital way. But let me not just start talking all about a random bunch of things, because ultimately what I'm saying is talk to me. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. And I can create it. Okay? I can create it. I can research it. I can find it. I will help. Okay? And that's what we starting. And so I have this little sticky here. I was like, oh, talking points. You should see I have done so much research. I spent a month or so preparing before even jumping in, even though I already have all these years of knowledge and experience in this work, because I'm so serious about everything that I do. And I don't just offer information without knowing what I'm talking about, without having solid backgrounds and sources and things of that nature. I want you to be able to trust the information that you get from me, right? But let's be clear, I'm not a licensed attorney and I cannot offer any legal advice, but I can provide general information to help you navigate and to edify you about the things that are required to remain in good standing in the state of Delaware if you plan on doing business in Delaware. And also, I can do research for other jurisdictions. I'm just not offering LLC formations in other jurisdictions at this time. And again, Delaware is the corporate capital in this country for a reason. So it's worth focusing on, and it's worth learning about the benefits of doing business in Delaware.